All right, hey everyone. So we are going to be doing the PJ pants in this sew along. So I have my PJ pants cut out, very big, size 4T, because my little guy is getting so big. And so you're going to want to make sure you're paying close attention, especially on the smaller sizes of these, because the differences are less noticeable, and it's easy to accidentally sew the legs as the crotch, or to forget the gusset pieces. I've done that several times where I just sew the front to the back and then it doesn't fit because it's missing several inches of gusset space. So for this, it's very easy to tell which is the front and which is the back because I'm using a stripe. So the front is lower and the back has a higher rise to go up over the bum. So you want to make sure that you have right side's up, which is hard to tell on this fabric, but this side's a little fuzzier, so I know that this is the right side. And then you want to take your gusset piece and you're going to want to line up the back with the back and the front with the front. You can tell which is which because the front dips down where the fold is. So here's the fold and you can see it's lower over here, so that's the front gusset. And then the back, here's the fold, it goes higher. So you can see it rise up. So that's going to be for the back rise. So what you want to do is put this right sides together and line up the top, and then it'll just ease in down to the bottom here. So you'll have to stretch it a little bit less at the top right here. You don't want to stretch it much here, but as you get down to the crotch part, you'll stretch until it just fits. You don't have to stretch much, but just it gives it its shape. So I'm going to go ahead and serge that piece on there. So I have my pant here and my back gusset. So the next thing I want to do is go ahead and do the other side of my back gusset. So I'll take my other pant leg, and then you just want to make sure again that you're taking the back, which is the side that comes up higher, and lining it up with the back gusset. Right sides together, and you're just going to sew along the crotch seam again. So this time you'll ease it the opposite way. So again, you're going to want to not stretch much at the top and then stretch a little bit as you're going down to meet up at the crotch. So we have, let's see, sorry guys, pant leg, back gusset, other pant leg. Now we want to take our front gusset and just line up in the crotch. So we're gonna have a pattern, leg, gusset, leg, gusset. So I'm gonna take it, open it up, right sides together, and again, the same exact thing. We're just gonna line it up at the top, ease it in as we go, don't stretch too much at the top, and then stretch slightly at the bottom so that the corners meet up. So here we have front gusset, leg, back gusset, leg. Now what you want to do is, over here is the front of the pants again. You can see because up here again is higher, and then it just slopes down. So the front is going to go fold all the way over and match up with the front gusset. Right sides together, and you're just going to sew along that seam exactly as you have all the others. So now I have folded my pants. They're still right sides together. You can see the gusset is under here, so the gussets are overlapping, and now the pant legs have folded in on themselves. So this is the back because it comes up high and the front dips down a bit lower. It's hard to see because it's all stripes. And now what you want to do is go ahead and sew the inner seam. So you're going to sew up this leg, across the crotch, lining up these two bottom gusset pieces, and then down the other leg, all in one swoop. So just right around. So I just sewed the whole inseam from one ankle up around the crotch and the gusset all the way down to the other ankle. So now we can go ahead and turn our pants right side out because we're going to get going on the cuffs. So for my cuffs, I'm using this ribbing. So I want to make sure that I do right sides out. You can't really tell with ribbing, but I've talked about this in one of my other videos. You can see how it's a little bit shiny. You can see like the elastic glimmering. So that's the wrong side. If you pull on this side, you'll see there's no glimmer. So that's the right side. Wrong side, little shimmery. Right side, no shimmer. Okay, so I'm just gonna fold it in half and then sew along the raw edge of both. Now you're just gonna take them and fold them onto themselves, just like we did with the raglan top cuffs. Much bigger for the little baby when I could barely fit 2 fingers in, and now I got like all that space. My little boy's getting too big. Okay. And then we're just gonna go ahead and slide our pants right into the middle of these and then sew around. All right, so our cuffs are on. The last piece of the puzzle is to do the elastic. So to do that, you're gonna take your pre-cut elastic, it's all tangled, there we go, and butt the 2 ends together. You don't want to overlap. You're just gonna put them right together like that, and then do a wide, short zigzag stitch. So you want it to cover back and forth wide, but you don't want it to travel too far too quickly. You want them nice and close together. All right, so I got my machine set to zigzag. I shortened it and widened it. So now I'm just gonna butt the 2 ends together and go ahead and do a zigzag. I like to start at the end, go all the way down, go back, and then go all the way down again. Nice and strong, not going anywhere. So the next thing we're gonna do is put our elastic on the inside and pin it in quarters. And then we're going to serge all around the top. Okay, so I pinned this elastic along the inside in quarters. And then I'm just going to serge around the edge and slightly stretch the elastic to fit as I go around. Do not stretch the pants at all, only the elastic. What's helpful is to anchor the elastic in the back. So you're gonna apply slight tension. You don't wanna pull, but you wanna apply tension so that when you pull the front, it doesn't snap out from the machine and it doesn't get stuck in one place. It'll keep moving. Just line up the raw edge of the elastic and the raw edge of the pants, apply your tension in the back and your tension in the front, and use the right presser foot and you're good to go. All right, so I've serged around the whole waistband. You can see it kind of cinches in a little bit, not too much because there wasn't a lot of slack in the elastic because it's a tight fitting pattern. You don't want it to be too loose because you're making pajamas. So the next thing that we're going to do is fold this down under once so you can't see the elastic anymore. And then we're just gonna go around and top stitch right at the bottom of the elastic. I have my pants set up so that they're going around the arm of the machine. And then, it's kind of hard to see because it's so bright. I lined up my needle right where the elastic ends so you can see it ends right here. And what you want to do is just stretch from the front and back exactly how you did when you were serging it. You don't want to stretch the pants at all, but you want to stretch the elastic. So I have it on a zigzag setting. And I'm just lengthening my stitch length and my stitch width by 2 clicks each. I like the look of a nice wide zigzag when I'm sewing, when I'm top stitching. Sorry, we have like a crazy storm going on outside and I keep getting distracted by it. Okay. So I'm pulling from the front and the back, but I'm not stretching the pants at all, just the elastic. There you go, got a nice zigzag. Sorry, my camera won't really focus. All along, all around, and your pants are done.